studies show that 70% of jobs are found through networking. This highlights the critical role of effective communication in our career advancement. Welcome to Business English Success Strategies, a part of Mastering English Communication. This lesson focuses on effective networking strategies in English-speaking environments. We're going to emphasize the importance of initiating and maintaining professional relationships. This is an excellent tool and a critical tool for non-native speaking business professionals as well as others. Some of the key topics we're going to touch on today include starting conversations, maintaining engagement, effective follow-up, cultural etiquette, and mastering business English, of course. Let's begin with communication fundamentals. So in this section, we're going to touch on and cover some of the essential communication skills necessary for effective networking, emphasizing the importance of initiating and maintaining conversations, as well as following up appropriately. So in terms of starting conversations, some of the key strategies for initiating dialogue will include, of course, having some way to open, being able to ask the right type of questions. We call these open-ended questions, and identifying common interests so you can foster rapport. Now, it's no use in opening if you're not going to maintain. So we're going to touch on techniques to keep the conversation flowing that involve active listening, sharing personal experiences as appropriate, and being aware of body language to create a welcoming atmosphere. And then, of course, lastly in this section, we'll be looking at best practices for post-networking, including simple things like sending a thank you note, connecting on LinkedIn, and sharing relevant resources to strengthen the relationship. All very important in English-speaking countries and English-speaking environments. So here's the icon list, as I call the cheat sheet. So this list presents essential strategies for starting conversations effectively in networking situations. Each item highlights a key aspect of initiating and maintaining professional relationships. Of course, introductions, engaging in introductions. I have an excellent video on how to make an introduction with impact, so please do take a look at that. That'll be very helpful with this, right? Because you want to make a strong first impression, which sets the tone for the entire conversation. And then active listening skills. You want to focus on the necessity of being genuinely interested in what others share. You just don't want to wait for them to stop talking. You want to be genuinely interested in what others share. You want to facilitate a deeper connection. And then lastly, you want to underscore in your follow-up the importance of the fact that you met and you want to stay in touch after that initial meeting. And you want to make sure that the relationship is nurtured in some way over time. So overall, these strategies not only enhance networking skills, but also foster meaningful professional relationships that can lead to future opportunity for both sides. Now, this particular icon list highlights the essential strategies for maintaining engagement during networking interactions. Once again, use it as a cheat sheet. You're focusing on conversation initiation. How do you start the conversation? The follow-up practices that you're going to use, and cultural awareness. Remember, this is this is like your sheet to make sure you're doing the right things. And so you can practice them before you get into networking situations. Each item here is significant as it directly relates to fostering effective communication and building lasting professional relationships within English-speaking environments. So you want to incorporate these strategies, and you will find that they will lead to more meaningful connections, improved networking outcomes, and a better understanding of diverse perspectives and professional settings. And lastly, this cheat sheet, icon list, provides actionable steps for effective follow-up after networking events, reinforcing the importance of maintaining professional relationships. Each item here emphasizes a different method of follow-up, ensuring a comprehensive approach to networking. Personalization enhances connection, of course. Social media facilitates ongoing engagement and calls for deepened discussion, clearly, and then events that can provide opportunities for growth. So by implementing these strategies, you as a business professional can cultivate stronger professional networks and improve your networking skills in English speaking environments. Now, if you're finding this information useful so far, I would appreciate a like. It helps us help you. Now let's take a look at language and cultural considerations. Here we're going to highlight essential language and cultural considerations in networking. We're going to emphasize their importance for effective communication in a professional English speaking environment. We're going to take a look at cultural etiquette, let's call it, understanding personal space, the use of first names, and appropriate humor, which is crucial in building rapport in an English speaking environment. And then, of course, your business English is a must have. You want to be familiar with business specific terms, idioms, and formal greetings. This enhances professionalism and clarity in interactions. And then, of course, as a non-native speaker, right, you can benefit from various types of ESL resources to boost your language efficiency. Basically, you should always be practicing, studying, growing your vocabulary and your proficiency. So cultural etiquette, crucial for successful networking, whether you're a non-native speaker or or a native English speaker. You want to understand personal space in the environment you're in, right? Understand name usage, first, last names, however you're going to address people, and then how to best use humor. If you don't know how to use humor, don't use it because it can get you into trouble. But if you do know how to use it and you have a particular approach to it that is successful in an English speaking environment, then of course use humor. It's very important in these English speaking environments. So you want to have an awareness of these elements and how they foster and improve better connections in professional settings. So if you're not networking in English, you're really going to have a very difficult time in expanding your business connections, both for your career or as an entrepreneur, right? So you want to make sure that your communication is effective. Starting conversations can be achieved through friendly greetings, open-ended questions, and finding common ground to foster rapport. And as I mentioned before, see my video on making an impactful introduction. It's very helpful with this area. Maintaining conversations. Be an active listener. Use nonverbal cues and be mindful of personal space and cultural nuances. This will significantly enhance your networking experience. Now, starting conversations requires confidence and approachability. And you want to use openers like compliments and open-ended questions to encourage dialogue. Cultural awareness is crucial. You want to respect personal space, use first names appropriately, and be mindful of humor, as these can vary significantly across cultures. Just because everyone in the room speaks English at some level does not mean that we are all the same. We come from different environments, different cultures, different expectations. So in conclusion, what we want to remember are the things that were most important in this lesson to us in terms of building our ability to network. But one thing we want to make sure is that we're mastering those skills in English. We want to emphasize conversation initiation, maintaining contact, follow-up, and cultural nuances in successful professional relationships. Don't forget to start conversations, use openers like compliments, ask open-ended questions. These are the types of questions that would start with who, what, where, why, how, things of that nature. And find common ground to engage others meaningfully. It's not their job, make it your job. And if you both have a like mind of thinking that it's your job to start the conversation, things will flow very well from there. Now, to maintain a conversation, remember, active listening. I'm repeating it again because it's very easy to get lost in not listening and just waiting for someone to stop talking. Active listening is actually listening, all right? Share some appropriate personal experiences and be aware of your body language to keep rapport appropriate and to keep the discussions flowing. So please don't forget, like, share, subscribe, get notified of new content, and please leave a comment. It helps us help you. Thank you for your time, attention, and happy networking. See you next time as we continue our linguistic adventure together.